Hi, my name is Katy. I work at St. Charles Bend Hospital. I developed the 1MSS, the 1 micron sealed system mask, and this is a brief tutorial to show you how to put it together. Here we have the 9x6 piece of cloth. I'm going to go ahead and put in each corner what will be the strings. In our case, this is a t-shirt that got torn up. So one in one corner, one in the other. When the filter cloth comes in, it's important that we do not poke holes in it. So I'm going to put that, I'm going to sandwich it with the next piece of cloth, pretty side facing in. And then on top of that, in this case, we're going to be using just another piece of fabric to kind of pretend it's the filter fabric, which has not come in for us yet. So again, at each corner, you have pretty fabric face up, the string that will become the mechanism for tying, then the next piece of cloth, and on top of that, the filter cloth. When you get all that, use a binder clip to bind it, because if you poke a hole in it, you are compromising the filtration system and you're getting a mask which is not doing you as much good. So we just kind of clip those together and go ahead and clip a few other places just so your material doesn't flop around a lot. Okay, and on this one I have made a little dotted line as to having a seam allowance, a quarter seam allowance. It doesn't really matter. You do want to leave a hole for the material to be pushed through when we're done, so leaving a 3-inch hole so that you can put it right side out is necessary. I'm going to go ahead and sew that. Corner and keep going. Oop, notice I lost my... No, it's still there. So just sewed 2 of the strings into the mask, turning the corner, going over the other edge. Going to stop. Those edges we just had sewn in, I'll just stuff them into the middle of the mask and get those out of the way. Next tassel for the next corner gets put in the corner between the 2 pretty sides of the fabric, and we're going to just sew that right to the corner. Throw that little tassel on the inside. Then you get the last string and you again sandwich it between the 2 pretty edges or pretty sides. Sewing all the way to the end. Sewing a little bit more, still leaving yourself 3 inches so you can stuff the mask right side out. Okay, so it's all sewn, the filter fabric and the 2 pieces of cloth, and now you have strings. So now flip it inside or right side out. All right, so you pretty much get a rectangle, a rectangle when it's all flipped out, a rectangle with 4 elasticy strings on the edge because that's made out of t-shirt. Now we need to put in some pipe cleaners. You need 2 pipe cleaners before you sew the hole of the mask shut. So go ahead and fold a pipe cleaner in half, stuff it in there, and work it to the bottom. Once you feel that it's as close to the bottom as possible, then sew it in place at the bottom. So it's at the bottom of my mask. I'm just going to sew that pipe cleaner so it's not going to wiggle around. That's what we'll be using to seal this to our chin. Also, it's going to be what helps form the contour piece for the nose. So now I have a mask. It has a moldable piece in it. So now I can put that around my nose. And now we're going to stuff one more pipe cleaner in there, and that's going to be on the other edge of the mask. So you'll find when you're done with this mask, it's going to be the same top and bottom, inside and out. It's pretty much just it's going to be a pleated square. So I'm going to stuff that pipe cleaner in. Actually, I'm going to stuff the pipe cleaner in, and then I'll top stitch that top part shut real quick. The place where we had stuffed all that fabric. All right, now that pipe cleaner, you might need to fish around for it. Get that so it's all the way at the bottom again. And it's important to get it as close to the bottom edge or the edges as possible, so we're not poking a hole in a place where caregivers might, like at the edge of the face, top or bottom, where we just don't want air to come in. We're trying with this mask system to seal up any way possible any air leaks that can come around the edges of the face. That's why the filter cloth is important. We have a very good filter cloth, and we are forming a hopefully perfect seal around your face by having the nose contour and the chin gathering system. Okay, so now we have a fabric mask with a filter in it, and now all we do is pleat the edges so that we can keep it all gathered to our face. So you ladies and whoever, gentlemen, whoever, probably know pleats a little bit better than I do, so you just pleat it and sew that down near the edge. Oops, I think I was supposed to do that a little different. Close enough. I'm sure you wonderful people out there will make it a lot prettier. And same thing, pleating the other side.